I want to have a quick chat about what leadership really is because there is so much distortion out there as to what it is. Somehow, in the last number of decades, we've completely deviated from what leadership really is. And if you know that you are here to lead in a different way, it's important that you understand the distinction between what real leadership is and what we've seen in the world to this point. One of the themes that I see for 2026 that's going to really separate people from the ones who are able to move ahead in their careers, in their leadership, in their pay, their promotion, whatever it might look like, is you being able to discern what is truth and what is not truth in the principles of success. Because if you look around, what you see is a lot of people doing the same things and no one getting anywhere, but we're not questioning enough at a deeper level to go, is this actually working? And one of the reasons why I'm where I am today and I live the life that I do is because many years ago I started to question things. And what I did was when I saw that things weren't working the way we were told it was, I threw myself into new situations and I allowed myself just to try things out. And I've become a master at that, going, okay, well, if what I'm doing is not working, what could I do instead? And that's really one of the biggest themes for this year is you being able to discern, okay, so we've been told this for 20, 30, 40, 50 years that this is how you create success. This is how you lead, or this is how you get ahead. And if it's not working for you, it's time to try a new way. And so when I look and think about leadership right now, what we've seen is actually, we see just a lot of managers. Okay. That's all we see. We call them leaders, but most people in leadership positions are actually just managers. And then we have people who know deep within their hearts, deep within their soul, they are meant to be a new leader. They're meant to lead in a new way. They know they've got this fire burning inside of them. And I know if you're still listening, this is you. But the problem is what most people are trying to do is you're trying to manage your way to being a new leader. So what is a new leader? Well, leadership at its core, true leadership is going first. And we somehow have forgotten this concept. It means going first, and that means there is a certain level of uncertainty. There must be uncertainty baked in leadership, otherwise it's not leadership, it's management. And that's okay. If somebody is set on being a manager and just executing, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But we can't manage our way to being a leader. You actually have to lead your way to being a leader. Nobody can actually hand you leadership. Nobody can say to you, you know what, if you do this XYZ, your outcome is certain. It's actually going to happen. That's not the way leadership works, yet that is what we see. And part of the challenge is right now in corporate, it is so data driven. The corporate system is so data driven that people don't like to make any decisions that go off the data. But the thing is that data is actually the past. When something is quantifiable and you can see it and you can analyze it, it's actually already the past. There's no uncertainty with it. It's actually incredibly certain. And we've decided somewhere along the way that if you don't follow the data, you're illogical. There's something wrong with you. You're a maverick. You're out there somewhere. People have become so insistent on following data, but a real leader, yes, looks at data. And hey, I love data just as much as the next person. I used to be a CPA. Talk about analysis. That's what I did for my job. And I love analyzing, truly. And if you're a logical, linear-brained person, I know you do too. But we cannot rely on data. To be a leader moving forward right now, you have to be able to deal with uncertainty. Of course, as you become a leader, what you do is you actually become certain in yourself. But leadership requires uncertainty. Leaders are born under pressure. They're born under pressure. And it's so interesting. So are diamonds. They're built under pressure. And the pressure that most people feel right now is not a healthy pressure. Healthy pressure, what I mean is you're leaving your comfort zone, you're trying something new. That always is going to be some level of pressure. It was interesting. I went to Pilates yesterday and I was not looking forward to going because I was still sore from the last time that I went. And my daughter came with me and she did a bit of shopping while I was doing Pilates because we were going to go for a walk afterwards. And I got in the car and I swear every muscle in my body was shaking. Like I was just like, my whole body felt heavy. Like I was just exhausted. Like I was really done. And, we were driving away and I said, oh my God, I'm so happy. Like my body's so exhausted. I'm so happy. I love doing hard things that get me somewhere. And she said, Mom, it's really interesting. My daughter's 19. She said, people don't do hard things. And I said to her, the reason why people don't do hard things that actually get them ahead is because they are so conditioned to do hard things that don't get them anywhere. And so what I mean by that is, giving in, not putting up boundaries, not standing up for yourself, not speaking your truth. When you do hard things that are aligned like that, they actually get you somewhere and you grow and expand and you become a leader. But most people are stuck in doing all the hard things, overworking, overdoing, not stepping into their power, not having the hard conversation, not putting up the boundary, doing all these things. They don't have any capacity to really step into their leadership. And that means little tiny points of pressure. It means having the hard conversation. When you lead yourself, you do the hard things when nobody is looking, when nobody cares, when you do it alone. This is what matters. This is what leadership really is. And so when you get to the big areas, you are so certain and so grounded in who you are, and you trust yourself at such a deep and profound level that you have no problem doing hard things because you know you will figure it out. That's what leadership is. Leadership is not taught in a classroom, let me tell you. If you're in leadership development and all the instructor is teaching you is strategy, but not embodiment, not energy, not all these things, it's not leading anywhere because it's not embodied leadership. We have people in management positions thinking they're leaders, but they're not. They're managers. So the only way to step into being this next level leader is for you to actually lead yourself there. And there is a process to doing this. I'm actually teaching and guiding on a masterclass next Tuesday and Wednesday. I have 2 time slots, depending on which one works for you. There also will be a replay available after, and I'm going to be diving deeper into this. And this is not about some, PowerPoint slides that I'm going to slap up. We're getting nitty gritty, what you need to shift today and how you need to start moving towards this, because it doesn't happen overnight, right? Especially in a world right now that tells you fitting in and conforming is the way when it's really not. Again, we need to discern what's working and what's not, and fitting in and conforming is getting most people nowhere because it never was meant to. So I would love to see you there if you feel the call, if you feel the pull, if you are ready. I'm going to put the link down below. All right, beautiful soul. I'll talk to you soon.